Where's the chat? Okay, there's the chat. Well, that was interesting. Like, are you fucking serious? Like, it's so difficult. Oh, fucking hell. My life has just been like that the last while. Fucking hell. Irish NPR voice. Man, that was so fucking funny. Like, I was like, I just think that's hilarious. Like, you know what I mean? I'm sitting here all dressed up, ready to go, and all the fucking power just goes out. This episode is brought to you by the letter N. Like, man, that was actually brilliant. Like, sure, like I'm all like, right, let's time for PEINTEINGU. Like, and the fucking power just goes off. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you know, you heard because they have the laptop plugged in. Like it like made a beeping noise because the charger like went off and shit. Like, so it was like, it was like it's like an EMP hit the place. Like, and then all I could hear is like other people's fucking house alarms going off on the street and shit. Like, I wonder what the fuck happened because it came back like less than 5 minutes. It's a bit weird, isn't it? God only knows. I can only imagine the reason for such things. I'm not an engineer or anything close to that. I forgot to road the parrot, but I suppose I can road the parrot in a minute. I have to try and remember to keep this thing like in front of me because you still hear me when I'm over here and shit, but it's like it's not the same. It's just not the same. Even the female, like the female was telling me, she was like, yeah, like try and make sure that you have it in front of your face at all times. Like, it's hilarious because like I did like a little, I was in a radio, a local radio station a few years ago for like a year doing a work placement thing or whatever, and it's good crack. It was good, like it was good fun. Um, I always think that's hilarious because like people will hear me say it was good crack, and they're like, crack. It was good crack. What does that mean? Like, there's a lot of shit that like English people and Irish people say that like other people who supposedly speak English don't understand. But it's you guys that don't speak English. It's not us. Um, Japanu is back intensely. Like, did you see the fucking promo I did yesterday about the kimono and headband being beautiful and clean? It was quite funny. The female helped me edit the end of it with the bird and all. Like, oh, it was so fucking funny. Just like the freeze frame of photo of the bird. Fucking like you can't see the bird unless I move the mic out of the way. And part of me kind of thinks that's hilarious. like, like it's perfectly like it's pretty much perfectly placed and shaped for me to like reveal the gong and the tiny bird. He cost me. I still can't. This fucking thing cost me €13. Look how small it's not like way in the distance. Look, the bear is right there. I can touch the bear. The bear's like this big, right? It's like right there. It's less than 2 feet behind me. I know, like perception wise, it might look like it's way over there or some shit, but like this fucking thing's supposed to be like a prop crow, and don't get me wrong, it is, but it may as well be a prop fucking blackbird or some shit. Like, it ain't no fucking crow. It's fucking like a crow's like this fucking big. Like, I should have like specified that I wanted a life size one, but I try to put the cigarette in his mouth, and he can barely stand up on his own fucking uh on his own like merit. The little like steel fucking cable things that are coming out of his feet and all, like, I have him like leaning up against the map and shit. Cause I'm afraid to fucking hit the gong because he might fall off the top of it. Did that come true? Can you hear the dinging of the dong? I still think that's like so many things about this stream over the last like year have like weirdly changed form. Do you know what I mean? For like better and worse temporarily. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, oh, like I'm using a better laptop. Oh, but the mic's different. Like, oh, I'm doing this, and now that's fucked. And oh, music, tunes, all this shit. He's so small, you should name him Crow Rogan. Oh my god. No, well, like as hilarious as that is, I'm sticking with was it Titus or was it Tobias? Was it Titus Becus Croas? I love that. I think that's hilarious. Because the board's name was to be confirmed, and then I confirmed it. His name is Titus Becus Croas. And I think all the goo I had on the parrot has hardened, which I'm not surprised because it was left over the weekend. But look at it in all its glory. I shot it off yesterday, but I didn't use it. I got loads of brack. I have a big brack PEINTEINGU. Big braku. 500 milliliters of beautifully opaque high viscosity studio acrylic PEINTEINGU. It is beautiful. Well, you're going to be waiting for Siberia a fucking while, man, because not only am I doing a dragon, the Dubray Dragon A, which I don't know how long I'm going to be doing this, because like it's pretty cool looking, so I'm going to take my time with it. I'll sell this for like a couple of £100, the original, when I'm done. And then I'll do prints of it and shit. I'm still trying to find a fucking place that'll do prints of stuff that's bigger than A3. Because that's why I don't have prints of my other things. Is like, if I do something bigger than A3, I can't get like a really high quality scan of it here. Like, because I live in the middle of fucking nowhere, basically. Like, well, I don't. I live in the middle of Tip town, like, and there's a huge amount of traffic and shit here. It's like, the town's just like shite for so many reasons. Like there's fucking this will tell you the like kind of town I'm in. There is a street 5-minute walk away, right? And when you turn right off the main road and you start going down this street, in the space of 200 feet on this street, I forgot to turn the lights back on after the power came back on. In the space of about 200 feet on the street around the corner, there are 5 solicitors and accountants. 5. All different names. Like, do you know what I mean? It's not like a family business or whatever. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, there's 5 different buildings or offices, you know, and like they're fucking, one's a solicitor, one's an accountant, one's a solicitor and an accountant, one's a financial advisor. It's just Jews. It's just fucking... It's just our equivalent of Jews. Like that's like, it's just when you see the merchant class having like way more shops than like butchers and fucking crafts shops or something. I don't fucking know. Like there's one garden center, like, do you know what I mean? And it's not that great. Like it's just weird. Like, you know, there's like 3 butchers, but there's like fucking 8 pubs. Like, you know. And don't get me wrong, like, I'm Irish, we love our pubs. Like, it's not just for the drink, they do good food. It shall be a Russian giant with a platoon of armed bears driving back the Mongolian army in a battle of the ages. What, when we get to Siberia? You've thought all of this out in your mind already, like, I can't fucking wait for PEINTEINGU to get to Siberia. It's going to be such an epic fight. Is it named J Street? Like, you know, I like that's like, do they wear green hats? Unfortunately, not. But like, it's just I know. Like, I only know I'm here nearly 3 years now. Like, and I only noticed it there. Like, it really sank in like a couple of days ago when I was walking down the street. I was like, that tells you so much. Like, do you know what I mean? There's like 5 fucking lawyers, solicitors, whatever you want to fucking call them. Like, you know, you guys call them lawyers, we call them solicitors. Which I think is hilarious. Like, you know, because anytime I hear the word solicit, you know, on a TV show or a movie or even in real life, it was always kind of had like a negative connotation to it. Like, you know, it was like they're soliciting drugs or whatever, like, you know. And then you see all these people called solicitors. You know, that's like, I just think that shit's hilarious. But anyway, let me know how the audio is as I start everything back up. Oh yeah! Burp burp, sip sip, rant rant, paint paint. Solicitor is ironically a more, like, hilariously a more honorable, like a, sorry, honest title. You're totally right. And yes, pub food is fucking amazing. Right, I'll get the tunes going, and we will gather Archie for today's painting. Now that I know you can hear, like, my voice fairly handily, I don't feel like I need to, like, shout all the time, so it's probably gonna allow my throat to relax, which is good. But anyway, here we go. Gathering chi. It sounds sexual though. my voice sounds sexual. Or a solicitor. Does a solicitor sound sexual, or my like, I don't know. What sounds sexual? And like the rolling eyes emoji, like, it sounds sexual though. Like, that comment's hilarious. Oh god. Oh, I need to stop smoking indoors. Like, I'm getting this like gunky shit in my eye. Like, my sister used to get that bad. She'd like get, like, you know, conjunctivitis or something in her eyes, and she'd wake up and her eyes would be stuck together. And I've never gotten it, but I'm starting to get that, like, the last like couple of weeks, where I wake up and my eyes are like glued together. A load of real gunky shit and all. Like, I'm assuming it's just fucking because the winter and the cold and all. Like, we like smoke indoors and like open a window or something. Like, instead of having to put a load of fucking layers on and stand out the back garden and just stand there trying to have a cigarette, like, in the freezing cold. Fuck that shit. Like, and like, we do have a shed, but because that's where the fucking sewage thing is that I have to regularly fucking drain and all, like, it smells like shit. You know, like, so you don't want to hang about in there. Like, you know, it's a dank little hovel of a thing. Like, but anyway. Oh, need to gather my chi, for it is 21 minutes past 3. I still can't believe the power went out. That's hilarious. I might go see Mastodon and Lamb of God. Lamb of God are cool. They have some good tunes. I haven't heard much Mastodon. Amphitheater is 1 mile from my house. That's handy. Yeah, I had a feeling you meant solicitor. Although my voice can sound quite sensual. Skullsparrow, welcome to Paintingu. We have reveled up. We now have a mica, and the audio is much better. Can you tell I'm wearing a gaming headset? Let's go! Paintingu! Paintingu. 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 Now we get the bitches wet. Paintingu. Paintingu. Well, actually, first I'm going to road the parrot. It's Paintingu. Painting you! Painting me. It's Paintingu. Let's fucking go! Paintingu. Painting you. Painting me. Paintingu. Let's fucking go! Why is this farting? This tube of paint is farting. The air was just pissing out the bottom of it. It is not glorious. Right, some green. Actually, a good bit of green, because the dragon is green. Some red. Some brew. for the paintingu. Put it here. I'll try to put it here for the moment. So I can still speak clearly into the mica while I rode the parrot. I suppose this is more conducive to like the fact that some people actually just listen to painting. I think, what the fuck? Sit back and relax as we listen to Defenderu, former god of Paintingu. Paint us a beautiful Paintingu. The paint ate Taco Bell before the stream. Oh. Well, I have water today and not Coke, so I won't be as like flatulent. Paintingu, paintingu, goo 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 goo. Oh, the fucking Prussian blue. Look at this shit. See the way it's twisting? It's stuck. I don't think this will rip. You know, it's like heavy plastic, but like still, it's creasing like a motherfucker. Right. We got some green. We got some brew. Now we get to the yarrow. I'm actually liking like this dragon that I'm doing at the moment more than the symmetrical I'm doing at the moment. The symmetrical I've designed. I had it like at a really nice stage there, like about 2 days ago, where it, like I'd applied several layers to it over a few days, and it was starting to look really cool. Got some nice textures going in, some of the shapes and shit. Like, but now like I went too dark in some places and too light in others, and it looks messy now, you know. So, but I will trust the process because I am an artist. And I will just finish it, you know, and we'll see how it comes out. It's still pretty funky looking, like, you know. It is very Japanese, and it looks like catfish and demon. It's got cool eyes on it and stuff, like. But currently, it's a bit shit looking, in my humble opinion. Dick Fordu, Griffu, welcome to painting. Oh, did you hear that? Man, I'm such a big child. That'll never not make me laugh when something just goes. Like, it's just, you know, shaking the paint out of the thing, and it just goes. Like, oh god, it's hilarious. I haven't even used any of this yet. I can't wait to see, like... I'm not even sure what kind of black this is. Oh, it's Mars black. It's Mars black. How funny is that there's different shades of black? Like, you know, not fucking... what you call it? Like, grey or whatever. They're fucking black. Like, you'd think, you know... Like, black's just black. Like... But no, it ain't. There's jet black and Mars black and lamp black and... Like, why lamp black? That doesn't make any sense. Like, lamps aren't black, you know, unless you're using a black light, like fucking doing that UV shit, like. Ugh. Scouts, you'll be glad. You should be able to hear the bucket. Give me 2 seconds. What bitch? This bitch. Oh, I've managed to keep a lot of the brushes, actually. A lot of my bitches, I've managed to take pretty good care of them, and they're in good condition. My bitches are in... I have top tier bitches. From Mr. Price. Like... I don't know, how's the sound if I'm back here? Like, I'm still really close to the mic, so it should be fine. But now I'm, like, behind it. But, like, it still picks up everything. It's just not as sharp or as clear. Oh Jesus, a Modu. Yeah, fucking like pancake tree black. Man, that would be hilarious for one of the names of the fucking, yeah, like offensive names for colors. Pancake Tree Black. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, the elf's long gone. I didn't even need scouts to mod, you know. I mean, come on, it's one dude, like, you know. If I need a mod to handle one fucking chat member, it's a fucking sad state of affairs. Turd stream working. Did you just call my stream a turd, you fuck? This Japanese guy is great too. Domo arigato. Trip Liu. I can't remember who's that. Like, I know that's someone that's usually here, but under a different username, but I can't remember who. Anyway. Paint. Right. The bitches is wet. The rag is upon my knee. Which is a lie, because it's not. I thought it was. The power of getting cut at the start just fucking, like, totally threw me, like. Paintingu. 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 Painting you. Painting me. It's Paintingu. Paintingu. Painting you. Painting me. It's Paintingu. Right. I want to get like some... I want to get some slight more details in here and set things up. So I might actually just apply a lot of white here in various places to give me a base to work with. But let's see. Might not need to. Yeah, I'll just mix a green. I'm going to make him a bit thicker in certain places. I'm going to make this big giant snake a bit thicker. Oh, Jesus. Paintingu. Oh, was the elf a dickhead? he had a meltdown one day, like, I can't even... It's not like he was a dickhead or anything, like he said some insulting shit, like, call me a simp and all, like, but, like, it was, like, you should go, like, if you didn't watch that episode, like, go back and watch it. I don't know what one it is, but, like, it's, like, I was fairly compassionate and understanding, like, because I could tell by the way it was worded. I was just like, ah, bless him, like, do you know what I mean? He's just, you know, like, I could relate to that in a sense, you know, where I was like, I probably said something that, like, triggered him because I was, like, talking about, you know, forgiving people who have wronged you and stuff, like, and, he was like, no, I'm never gonna forgive me, man, all, like, and I was, like, talking about my shit. You exercised his demons and he didn't like it. Yeah, and I didn't even mean to, you know, I was, like, I was pure nice about it. I was like, come on, bro, like, you know, like, don't be like that, like, you know, fucking, your ma's human, and, like, she's making mistakes and shit, like, you know, and like, and look, anyone who's heard me talk about, like, where, like, what's happened to me and shit, like, and what I've been through and stuff, it's like, for me to be at the point where I'm like, yeah, like, let it go, do you know what I mean? Like, then most people should just let it go, you know, but he's not there yet, obviously. But, like, he does. He's very physically unwell and has lots of physical and mental issues and stuff, and he's been through a lot of trauma. So, like, you know. But then again, like, who hasn't these days? Like, you know. We're all going through shit, and all I was trying to say was, like, you know, try not to let it get to you so much and all that shit, like, and he wasn't having any of it, like, chap spiraled in the chat, so I was like, okay, my first band fan, you know, and I didn't even get the band fan out the first time. I just put him in timeout, and then I kind of made a big thing about it, like, the next stream where I was like, right, you are officially band fan and all this shit, like, he was filling the chat with one line upon of madness. Only Defender gets to do that. It was just like, yeah, it was crazy. Like, I don't know, like, dude, I don't know how people can even type that quast. I tried to say quickly and fast at the same time. Not that quast. Right. Let me see. Man, that black is gorgeous. Phrasing. Could you imagine, like, you being on you own a plantation, like, you know, and they bring in new slaves or whatever, like, and you haven't seen them yet, and you just turn around and you're like, dear God, that black is gorgeous. A combination of British, English, and, like, country American, like. Right, time to dance with some demons. Like, I say some of the maddest shit and think of some of the shit and will say it out loud and all, and I genuinely never come from a place of, like, what people would consider racist or horrible or even dark. Like, sometimes even, like, some dead baby jokes are hilarious, even though it's about dead babies, like, but it's like the context, it's like how you do it. It's like what Owen says, it's like it's the intent behind it, and like my intent is always to just take the piss. People just, you know, more than likely never ever accept that, like. Which is why you developed the ability to get the fuck off my stream. Was that fucking Matt Sarah fucker? I don't know. What's that fucker's name? Michael Sarah? From fucking... I really like that movie, Scott Pilgrim's... Scott Pilgrim versus Life or something? I can't remember. Scott Pilgrim versus the World? I can't remember what it was called. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. But, like, I don't know. There's something about that Michael Cera dude. Jonah Hill and all. They seem like alright, and then they got into Hollywood and, like... It's like people get into Hollywood and they're just like, oh, God, you people are fucked up. And, like, either really lean into it or get, like, traumatized and leave. Like... Paint! 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 Big brew. Ricka brew. A ricka brew. More green. More green! Rest brew. Paintingu. Goo goo. I'm going for a Viridian again. Paint. Wait, I said I was going to start light, didn't I? Fuck! Paint! Paint! Can you hear the bucket, Scouse? Does it bring you joy? Sounds like someone has jungle fever. Painting goo. Michael Cera is just a weird cookie vibe. Yeah, he's got that pure, like, you know. Oh yeah. No, he doesn't have that. I've got that. But fucking yeah, Michael Cera has that pure, like, not rapey, but yeah, cookie. Yeah, like the type of bloke that would, like, would literally hold his woman's hand while she gets fucked by someone else, like, do you know what I mean? And, like, I remember from my days of, like, you know, consuming porn, I remember seeing some things. Well, not some things. I saw a lot of shit. You know, let's be honest. Like, if you if you regularly consumed porn, the things you see, like, and like some things I would see, and it would turn me off watching porn. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, some of them for a while, which I suppose in a roundabout way is a good thing. You know. That you witness something that disgusts you to such a degree that it removes you from that environment, at least temporarily, altogether, you know. But then I always just go back and, you know, that part of your brain that rationalizes, it's like, yeah, well, just don't look at the really, really dark, filthy shit, you know, and just watch the normal porn that you enjoy, like, which is still 7 levels of fucking crazy, but like. Like that really is one of the, I think that's one of the main things. I think if you could get like fucking even 40% paint. If you could get like 40% of dudes to stop consuming porn now, it would like be a really cool thing, you know? Cause it's so bad. Paint. Let's go light. Paint. Paint. Bit of green. Paint. If I don't say paint, you have to say it. I can't do it all myself. I'm fucking doing enough. Paint. Right. Tiny squirt. Just a little one. Tiny little squirt. To allow the goo to flow. Paint. Now, paint. Paint. Painting. Goo. Painting. Goo. Paint. Painting. Google. I like, you know, Chinese dragons have them like whiskers and stuff, and like obviously I prefer like dragons that look, you know, mean and like they're all horny and shit and have that armor on them and like they look real intimidating and mean and dangerous. But there is something really satisfying about painting the Chinese style ones where there's like lots of curves and, you know, natural shapes and patterns and stuff, and then like stuff like the whiskers where you get like a liner brush, you know, that's like really thin and long, and then just do this like single really accurate thin stroke to get something like, you know, like the tail there, you know. I know that's not like really thin or anything, but like you get the idea. I love stuff like that where you just like every stroke of the brush is like a shape or a shade of a shape, you know. Like a lot of my symmetricals in the beginning were like that, where like because I was just using block color, you'd get like, you know, there'd just be a shape of black or shape of red, and then a shape of red over the black or a shape of black over the red. And even though it's just two colors and two shapes, your eye looks at it and is like, oh, that looks like a tooth, or that looks like an eye, or it looks like, you know, an indentation on that section of the face or something. Like, it's weird. Like one of my symmetricals has like a pattern in the middle of it, and I just randomly threw it in, and it's like still to this day one of the coolest sections in any of the symmetricals that I've done. Like, and that's one of the things that I really enjoy, is like patterns, fractal patterns, and fucking like, that's why dragons are awesome. The whole like doing the curves and the swirls, and then like, you know, the bigger to smaller, and then the armor, or the fucking what you call it, oh, I'm blanking on the term, the scales and stuff. I also just like, I think I'm addicted to like I totally vibe with what Jim Carrey was saying when he was like, I just needed color in my life. I just needed to put to like paint to canvas or whatever. Like just getting a bit of color on a brush, like a really nice color on the brush, and then just doing a nice brush stroke, and just seeing it develop on the canvas is just fucking so calming and satisfying. Especially when you're not concerned with, like, you know, oh, this, like, it, you know, because you're trying to make a living as an artist, like, you know, it's like, okay, this has to be, like, at least this good. You know, it has to be, like, at least X good. Because, like, somebody needs to buy it, and, like, I need to make money, and, like, all this stuff, like... And I don't think like that. Like, maybe I should. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'll think like that in the future or something. I don't know. But, like, I just enjoy it. I'm like, no, like, if I like it, like, genuinely enjoy doing it and, like, put good energy into it, a lot of the time that's what people actually get from a piece of art. Like, people that genuinely like art, there's, like, a vibe you can get off of a fucking picture, regardless of the skill involved. Excuse me. Regardless of, like, you know, what it's supposed to look like, or what it's supposed to be or represent or whatever, like, it's like, just, does it fucking look cool? Like, when you look at it, like, does it make part of your brain go, like, ooh la la? Like, that's what I look for. That's what I enjoy. It's like when I look at something and it just, like, it's like my eyes find it tasty. It's like the best way I can describe it. It's like the same way you'd eat a cookie and be like, oh yeah, and, like, your mouth, all these, like, nerve endings in your mouth are like, yes, this is good, we like this. Like, it's the same with my eyes. My eyes look at things and I'm just like, yeah, that's fucking cool looking. Need a sip. I probably mention this every time porn comes up, but my first job as a teen in the 90s was an independent video store, and we had an adult section, and it was wild having people bring up the box in real life. Such a walk of shame people used to have to do, and it could be some local family guy I knew, and he was sheepishly bringing up some gay porn. Oh man. When I went to that thing, we call it a Gael Talk here, which is basically a summer camp where you learn how to speak Irish, you learn how to speak Oscuelga, and we did these, like, day trips where we'd all get on a bus and we'd go to, like, a fucking shopping mall, you know, if you're American or whatever, and they'd let us off the bus for about an hour or two, and we could go off and buy whatever we want and shit, and, you know, because we would have, like, your parents give you money and shit to spend on stuff and buy stuff while you're there. And me and a few of the lads fucking we, like, got there was this really tall, really geeky fella called, like, Edwin. I think his name was Edwin or something, like. We convinced him to buy a tub of Vaseline and a thing of Kleenex and a gay porn mag. And it's one of the funniest things ever. And I can't remember if your man actually sold them to him. I think they did get them. I can't remember, because they used them for something else again later. But it was just watching his face when, like, he was, like, walking up to the fucking... When he was walking up to pay for it, and when he put it on the thing, and the way our man just looked at him, like, I'll never forget it. Like, it's that look of, like, are you serious? Like, eh. You know, like, I was fucking brilliant. I'd say hilarious, Cows. Thanks for coming. It was so fucking funny. Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I only said all that because of the porno topic. Yeah, it's cool. You're no elf. Trust me, like... Oh, man, the fucking... Like, the... That's one thing I can't stand is, like, people spamming the chat. You know? Like, I have, like, a fucking like I have dozens of thoughts a second, like, do you know what I mean? Like all the time, perpetually, like. But like I have the fucking discipline to be like. I suppose that's probably why, like I probably do have like a decently high IQ, cause like I can process shit really quickly in my head. And over the years, I've gotten to the stage where I'm like, okay, yeah, don't say that. That will like make people cry. But then there's other stuff where I'm like, no, yeah, like that's true. I should say that. Why? Because it's true. It's the truth, like, you know. If it's true, you should just fucking say it, like. I think people not wanting to hear the truth because it hurts is comparable to like people not wanting to exercise because it can be painful. It's like, look, it has to be done. If you never exercised a day in your life, chances are you're not going to be very healthy, you know. I know there's some people that can make an argument that like diet alone and like a regular walk is all you require to, you know, maintain a peak physique or whatever bullshit. I don't know. Oh yeah, get that out here, son. There's so much bullshit out there these days. Anyone see the fucking interview that Cat Williams did with Joe Rogan? I was watching it there, and like, I'm actually finding it really boring. And it's probably because all the stuff they're talking about is stuff that I was like looking into or talking to my friends about like fucking nearly 10 years ago. But paint. I genuinely thought that like part of me genuinely thought that Cat was gonna get on Joe Rogan and spill some like genuine truth, but like they're just talking about fucking Anunnaki and shite, like, do you know, I was like, oh, fuck off, like, paint. And like, I thought that was funny, like, do you know what I mean? He's on that Shay Shay show a few weeks ago, and he's like, Joe Rogan's not gonna have me on. Joe Rogan hasn't had a funny comedian on in God knows how long, like, do you know, and now he's on Joe Rogan, so it's like, I don't know, like, there's something about Cat that I'm like, is he a bit of a hypocrite? Like, I don't know. And like, I don't like to judge people because like I don't know the guy, you know. But like when somebody's a public figure and they're saying stuff and all, like, and then you start to notice things where you're like, this fucking hypocrite, like, you know. And then somebody would hear me say that and like spiral and be like, Cat's a fucking truth teller, how dare you, you're ignorant, you don't know. As if they fucking know, you know. But it's because like they're emotionally invested in their beliefs. Even the little ones where they like idolize somebody like Cat, like. But like the position I take is like, I like some of Cat's stand-up. I think he's hilarious. But as far as like, you know, telling the truth and shit in a public forum, I'm like, I don't know. Like, yeah and no, you know, like he'll fucking turn around and say shit about McDonald's or something, but like, come on, like, it's not exactly like at this stage of the game, like, if you're like, I'm fucking, the only reason I'm still on YouTube is because nobody knows I'm here. Like, that's pretty much like guaranteed, like, do you know what I mean? Like if I had like probably even like a couple of hundred of followers, like, I'd probably be fucking kicked off this thing by now, like. Like, I don't know what's going on, like, you know. And like, one of my I keep uploading the Rumble, like I've said before. And like they're getting like, you know, slowly but surely like increasing views and stuff, and I was like, alright, cool, like, you know. Let's see where this goes. Like, I'm excited, but I'm also like fascinated at the same time to see how all this pans out, because like, you know, not many people are doing this, like, do you know what I mean? Like, doing a fucking, I'm basically doing a radio show while I paint shit. Paint, you know? Like, but like, Is this even what people want? You know? I don't know. I mean, I know people, like, want authentic shit. And, like, I'm pretty fucking authentic. I'm authentic to the point where it can, like, cause me grief. Because people are like, how dare you? Or, like, not even how dare you, just say, fuck you! Like, I've discovered that about other people in the last few years. That, like I used to think I was judgmental. And, like, in a sense I am, you know? I'm quite judgmental of things and people and, like, whatever, like. But fuck me, like, the world's gotten, like, so sensitive and judgy. Yeah, I know, like, you know, anyone on Rogan, man, dodgy, like, and the stuff they're talking about and all, like, I was just like, oh, fuck's sake, like. Because I seen that interview with Shay, and you see, like, Kat's demeanor, and he's, like, saying all this supposedly, like, you know, shit that most people don't know about, like, fucking the Friday movies and all this stuff, like, and, like, that, the black community, the black comedians and all this stuff, like, and I was like, oh, this is cool, like, you know, fucking, you know, he's talking about what happened to Dave Chappelle and, like, you know, Kevin Hart being, like, a sellout who wears a dress and all, and he's talking about God and, you know, alchemy and how, like, all this stuff, like, which is, like, totally what I'm interested in. Like, I'm interested in, you know, these, like, cosmological, alchemical truths that have seemingly been woven into, like, all the religious texts and all the ancient stories and all the shit. Like, there's one strand, there's a thread, a common thread that runs through everyone's culture, everyone's supposed history, everyone's ideology, you know, like, and, like, that's what I'm about. That's one of the reasons I like the Bears and Owen and shit, is because, like, that's pretty much what Owen and the Bears are about, is, like, no, just truth, like, in general, just the truth as far as we know it to be, and then if we find out that we're wrong, we, like, correct it. And it's like, is there a more efficient way to be, like, morally? I don't know, like, I mean, I can imagine some people would say it's like, you know, they have the whole argument of, like, you know, but how do you define truth? And it's like, I don't know, is the pen blue? You know? It's like, well, it's a shade of blue, but is it blue? You know? Well, yeah. It's like, well, then the pen is blue. Leave it at that. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, I'm one of these people that's like, when you get to, like, a general truth, it's like, just be grateful that we now know that general truth, and just, like, accept that general truth to be a general truth and build upon that, you know? All these people who are like, they need to know, they need to get into the weeds and stuff and all. Like, that's what I see in the Jim Bob crowd and all, like, with the fucking Orthoboros and shit. It's like, our texts, we know God, you know, like, we're the orthodoxy. It's like, I just find it all to be so fucking, like, they say artists don't really create anything, it's all just, like, derivative, it's all manipulation of what's already there. Well, religion's the fucking same, like, do you know what I mean? In my humble opinion, it's all the fucking same. It's like, you just have some cunt in a dress being like, you will worship the thing behind me as I read the book. You know, it's like, fuck off, like, I have shit to do, like. Don't get me wrong, I love pondering the whole, like I've spoken about that shit, like, at great length on this stream, where I'm like, what about, like, cosmological creatures and entities and fucking tentacle monsters and spaghetti gods, you know, like, I've played Bloodborne, you know, like, I know occult knowledge. Fucking, it's just, it's like most of the other things I would talk about, like, I eventually come around to just saying, well, like, stop taking it so seriously, you know? Like, isn't that the real issue with most of this shit? Is that, like, sure, we can have a debate and we can have an argument, but like, it's when people start fucking like fucking with people's livelihoods or like their ability to make money or like killing each other over shit that like how fundamentally retarded is that to violently fuck with someone over something that like you haven't even really proven to be true or not. It's just a belief. Like, that to me is a form of insanity. You know, the whole like, what would you call it, fanaticism, you know, these fanatical people. Do you know what I recently watched on Netflix? I only finished it there last night, and I really fucking enjoyed it. The Brother's Son on Netflix. And it's not what you think. It's not like, you know, the son of a brother or whatever. It's if you've ever heard of the Brothers Grimm, it's a play on that, because it's about two brothers who are like Chinese, the triad family, and it's called the Sun family. Really good, real fun, very funny, action packed with like decent enough action. Like, it still kind of suffers from that stuff of like there's too many cuts in the fight scenes, and you know, you get the fucking fight scenes with the females who are like less than 90 pounds and they're still like swinging meat cleavers at each other and shit. Like to be honest, the female fight scene that I'm referring to in this series is actually like, it's not that bad compared to a lot of them that I have seen. But overall, really good show. Really enjoyed it. Check it out if you like that stuff like I do, where, you know, it's a combination of like it's like one of those things you don't take too seriously. Like fucking everything I like, you know. It's a good show. It's a limited thing. It's only got 8 episodes in it, and they're each like an hour long. I watched it over the last week or so. Really fucking enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. And that's happened to me a few times now on Netflix. Paint. In the last while, where I start watching something and I'm like, oh cool, like we'll see where this goes, and like I thoroughly enjoy it. It's really good. Paint. The arm is okay looking, but the foot's a bit shit. Yeah, that's a shit foot. Ain't no two ways about that. That's a shitty foot. I can imagine a lot of people in India suffer from such ailments. Yes, my brother, it appears you are suffering from shitty foot. You must stop shitting in the street, my brother. Find a toilet, you sick fuck. That's also a shitty leg. The proportion and angle of that is all sorts of wrong. That is one of the reasons why the rag is so important. Yeah, like I need to fucking fix this bit here, not like. What's this about wild dogs? Paintingu. Yeah, it does look like the thing from Tremors. After banging all those models, Jim Carrey really needed more color in his life. Yeah, that's hilarious. Like it is hilarious to think it was like, oh yeah, your life must be so difficult being rich and famous. And like in a sense that's like so true, but like in another sense it's like we have no idea what it's like to be rich and famous, you know? That whole thing of like, imagine, you know, every time you leave your gaff you have all these strangers fucking wanting to talk to you and follow you and shit, and like, you know, fucking like they do have a point on certain things where it's like, look, you don't live my life, so you have no fucking clue, you know? And I've always understood that. But then there is the other argument of like, yeah, well, like, you're rich and famous, so you don't know what it's like to be normal, you know? Which is why you have that whole thing of like, oh, humble beginnings, you know? This guy came from humble beginnings, so he's just like us, but now he's famous. He's worked his way up and shit, like... And like, those are the ones that they really go for, you know, and really try and mess up, like fucking... allegedly like Britney Spears or Eminem or whatever, like, you know, they find them and they're like, oh, lots of talent, lots of potential here, like, you know, and then they fucking wind them up and drive them off a cliff. Paint. I kind of want to redo that section now. Paint. Get rid of... We go in and under, and then at the back there, and then coming back up and going around here. So you actually can't see the section of the tail that doubles over here, which is actually kind of causing me a problem, but whatever. It doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to look cool. Paint. Want the leg to like... I'm gonna put it there, and then there, and then here. Yeah, that looks alright compared to the last one anyway. Painting goo. It's like we got sections up here and down. Like the tail looks great and all so far. So does the head. The back of the neck. Kind of need to fix that up though. Almost want to put like a fucking, you know, like a flare, like those armor flaps or skin flaps that you see in, like, you know, that thing like at a Jurassic Park that like spits black ink at the fucker, like the way it has that like that almost like fleshy peacock effect, like fleshcock. Oh. Yeah, like I think it'd be kind of cool if get a bit of green here, make it a bit dark, that Prussian blue, get that kind of Viridian shade, and like I'll do like a fucking, not like a crown, you know, but like a that kind of shape at the back of his head there. Paint. Paint. There's just something so fun about like going from light to dark, like create a silhouette, like I did with the arm here. You create a silhouette with the dark, And then go back in with the light. Paint, paint. I said this was gonna be a Japanese one, so it's only supposed to have fucking 3 claws. Never mind. It probably would flow better if I just gave it 3. Like even here. Like if I just did those 3. And then here, if I just did like this one. And then a middle one. And then that one maybe. No. See, yeah, I should do it the opposite way. I should do it like that. Man, seriously, that's like... I fucking love working on a canvas now, because you can just like change shit on the fly, like... Yeah, that kind of shape would be far superior. Yeah, okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. There's gonna be lots of remodeling on this bitch. Might be back. Have a great session otherwise. That's how I got modded at Rimjob's channel. Some porno bot was blasting his chat and he didn't know how to block them. Imagine riding a dragon with today's technology. Flying alongside a herd of wild dogs with a belt-fed rifle strapped to its back. Just like... Betrayer! Oh god. Why are the dragons all gone? I don't like, you know, they might not be. They're just not here. Or maybe they are, they're just below. I don't know. Cat feels like a limited hangover hangover. Fucking the way he was talking on the stream, you know, like it just, I don't know, like maybe he just smoked too much weed that day. I don't know. It's fucking, it was annoying to me. Like, yes, I have watched Kung Fu Hustle. It's one of my favorite movies. Kung Fu Hustle is hilarious. The fucking Buddha palm strike and all, like, it's so funny. Like, if I was a billionaire, I'd try to find dragon DNA and test tube that shit. Be careful what you wish for. Have you ever seen Reign of Fire? With Matthew McConaughey and Christian Bale? Matthew McConaughey looks hilarious in Reign of Fire. He's all bald and like jacked. Reign of Fire is an awesome movie. Dragons in that are really cool. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon was the best female fight scene. Yeah, that was class. Really was, like, no doubt about it. Like, after I had an itch in the inside of my eye there, and I have to pick a finger that doesn't have paint all over it. Yeah, I heard about the motorcycle couple in India. Like, it's fucking. Part of me was like, I got the sense that might be a psyop. Like, and obviously I could be wrong, but like, there was just something about, you know, they fell asleep in their tent and then 7 guys just broke into their tent and like held your man at knife point, and then 7 of them raped your one. Like, I was kind of like, I don't know, like something about it didn't ring true to me, like, you know. And obviously I'm fucking, I don't know, like I just, most shit I see in the fucking news and stuff like that these days, I don't believe a fucking word of it. Like, do you know what I mean? Even if it is something that like seems fairly real or could be real or whatever, like, do you not think that's kind of funny? Like, with that, like, you know, yeah, Twitter blows up in the last few weeks because Owen says shit about India and all, and then all these Indians are like fucking hating on him and shit. And then a few weeks later, that happens. They're from Brazil and they go to India, and they've been everywhere and nothing like that happened, but they go to India and that happened. And like, I'm not saying that I don't think India looks like a hellhole. I mean, I've seen video footage and fucking photos and shit and documentaries or YouTube videos of places in India, and yeah, it looks like an absolute, pun not intended, shithole. Like, you know, fucking, it looks utterly disgraceful. Like, but there's just something about that story where I was kind of like, I don't know if I believe that. You know, just 7 guys just break into your tent and like if you're going to, like, how long does it take to rape someone? Do you know what I mean? Like, 7 of them? How long were they there? Where was the tent that 7 guys got away with? Like, wasn't she screaming? Like, there's all these questions I have about shit like that where I'm like, that sounds like an incredibly dark, traumatic, violent encounter, and nobody witnessed it, even though it supposedly took place in like a kind of a touristy place in India, and they were just in their tent. Like, I don't know, like, there's just, you know, when you hear something and you're like, I just don't believe that. And I've experienced that a lot in my life. Forget about the news. Like, I used to have this friend that would say stuff all the time. I had a few of them, like about 2. I had 2 friends in particular. One of them I knew like my whole life, and then another one I knew from like around secondary school time. And like all the time when they would tell stories or they would regale you on what happened between them and another friend of yours or some shit, I'd just be like, that doesn't sound like the truth, you know? No, but I'm sure it involves poo. Well, allegedly, unfortunately, it didn't at all. Like, I'll see you later, 2 Acre. Trying to stay motivated painting this basement. Need to rock some tunes. Probably Pantera or Maiden. Catch y'all on the flip. So you want me dressed in Japu, but the Japu tunes aren't enough to keep you here. You fickle Canadian fuck. Paint, paint. Rain of Fire, that's a throwback. Man, I love that movie. Great movie. The dragons aren't asleep, they're in the underworld. Or the dragons aren't gone, they're asleep in the underworld. Yeah, like, I have this weird feeling that, like, I always said it before, where, like, people are like, you know, oh, the UFOs are gonna show up, or, like, this is gonna happen, or whatever. Like, I always said, if some mad cataclysmic event, or, like, just mad, like, body snatchers or alien invading, like, event is gonna happen, I think it's gonna come out of the water. I think it's gonna come out of the sea at 3. Could it be? Painting, goo 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 goo. I kind of like, yeah, I'm gonna put his claw wrapped around like a ball or something here, and then I'll put a pint of Guinness in this one or some shit, and that way I can like pretty much cover up this whole middle section here and not have to worry about it. Is what I'm going to do. Oh yeah. Painting, goo 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 goo. Painting, goo 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 goo. There. Painting. Goo goo. And then we'll put a pint of Guinness. In this claw here. Painting. Goo goo. Paint, paint. Gonna have to remember to refill the hat when we go back to doing our regular adventures of Paintingu around the room. Right. Okay. Painting. Goo goo. Bit of yellow. Bit of green. Paint, paint. 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 Painting goo goo goo. Painting a dragon. Paint, paint. Okay. Painting goo 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 goo. More yellow? Some white. Do 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 do. Yeah. Hey, Paint you goo 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 goo. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. If I don't say paint, paint, I want to hear you say paint, paint. All the way from over there. Paint, paint. Something is off today with people. Everyone is confused. Nothing's showing up. Weird energy today. You can barely hear. You can barely hear the music. Is that better? Is that better? Paint, paint. Paintingu. Music is much more audible. Oh, I am painting. Good! You better be. Just like fucking pushing iron, like, paint! Like, are you in the gym or working or what you doing? I just always imagine you fucking in the gym to this shit, which just makes me laugh. Painting, goo goo goo, goo goo. You can still hear my voice over the music, yes? It's important that you can hear my booming voice. So I can read your chats. So I can rant and burp. Yeah. Yeah. Painting goo 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 goo. I think I'm gonna go darker with this one again, like I did with the arm. I'm gonna do the same with the leg, because sometimes I find it much easier to get a basic silhouette of something going and then pick out what parts I want to put the light on. There, I'm going up here. Oh yeah! Go back into the dark there for a sec. I'm working right now. I lift after in the evening. Was talking about work, FYI, not the goo, never the goo. Oh, something is off today with people. Everyone is confused. Nothing's showing up. Weird. Nothing's showing up. What do you mean nothing showing up? Like, you know, deliveries and shit? I felt a bit off this morning, even though I got a decent like kip. And like I did, like I vibe with that, where they're like every so often, like there's just like weird energy going around like the whole realm. I felt that before. Like you feel like Yoda sometimes, where like you feel a disturbance in the force. I feel like something's wrong with. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Squirt, squirt. It can be so difficult sometimes to get, like, you know, the 3 shades that you want. Especially with the gouache, because, like, it, like, dries darker than when you set it down. Which I often forget. I often forget that. But you get used to it. Sure. Especially when I look back and I'm like, damn, like because you pull away from it, like it looks smaller on the screen. I'm like, I keep going back and looking at it on the screen, and I'm like, the difference, like, because like, you know, I'm in front of it, the perspective is different, and almost sometimes the colors can be a bit different as well, like. But despite my internal judgments, it's actually turning out quite well. I don't know what the ball's gonna be though. So it's gonna have a pint of Guinness in its hand. But what ball? Will I put a slitter in its fucking... For those of you who don't know what a slitter is. Oh yeah. Sip sip. It's the ball that's played with in hurling. The Irish game, the Celtic game or Irish game, hurling. We don't call it hurling, we just call it hurling. But yeah, a slitter is like, it's basically the same shape as it's the same shape and design and like seam structure as a tennis ball, but it's made out of like dense hard leather. You don't want to get hit by one. You really, really don't want to get hit by one. It is time! We have danced enough with the demons, and it is now time for Raving. What is this? What are you presenting me? Oh, that sounds nice. It's quite beautiful. Get it away from me! Right. For approximately the next half hour, we shall engage in Raving. Deliveries laborers, like a spell was cast this morning. Zombieland. It's a bit weird. It's primary voting day here, so that tracks. Oh, like, oh yeah, you guys have that coming up this year. That's hilarious. My son turned 16 today, so y'all watch out on the roads. As blood runs black. Who's this? Have we a new patron of PEINTEINGU? As blood runs back. It's also stuffed with horse's hair also. I did not know. I knew there was layers like on the inside of it, but I didn't know they use horse hair. That's interesting. First comment ever, and it's something informative. I like it. In here should be darker. It's all about the rares. Go back into the bright stuff. Paint, paint, rant, squirt, sip, paint, rant, squirt, sip. Brother Garlos wishes to remind you all to Rika and subscriber to PEINTEINGU. All of you who do not Rika and subscriber to PEINTEINGU will be forced to face the Feline and all his ferociousness. I will fling Garlos the Feline upon you, and you will regret it. If you would like to support PEINTEINGU, link in description. Buy some merchandise. Bit lighter. Oh, fuck it, we'll go with that. Should probably do the pint glass and the Guinness before I complete the claw. Haven't used my brack at all. Paint. Oh, how dare you! If you don't interrupt one drop, it's always another. The absolute fucking audacity. Get that shit off my stream. Well, they used to. I don't know if they still do. How dare you bring false information here? This feels like a retro stream, full Japu Garden classic tunes, much honoru. Well, this is what Paintingu is supposed to be, you know? But it's just like, sometimes shit changes and then like, I want to get work done on the stream and stuff like that, like. This is your average Paintingu, is this vibe. But not every Paintingu is going to be this vibe. So you'll appreciate it even more when this is the vibe. Painting goo goo, goo goo goo, goo goo goo. Painting goo goo goo, goo goo goo. Painting goo. Paintingu, 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 do do do. Paintingu. Might have to reposition the bucket. Might actually be handy if it's here. Paint. Oh yeah! Horsehair. Good for fiddle bows, Scott balls, and Nazi fencing scars. So useful. More Fords on the road. Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. I fucking... I made that reference there the other day. It was like a week ago or some shit. Where like, I can't remember what happened in the room, but like we were like cleaning up or something, and like the female said something. And I was like, danger, Will Robinson, danger. And she was like, what? I don't know what that's from. And I was like, oh, we need to watch Lost in Space. I haven't seen the show. Has anyone seen the show, The Lost in Space? Is it any good? Because I love the movie. I haven't seen it in years, but it was one of my favourite movies when I was younger. More layers and touch-ups and we'll be there. I want to make this dragon a bit more horny.
Is it a new world or will it consume us all?
Painting, goo, 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 goo. Painting, goo, 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 goo. How dare you interrupt the goo? The audacity! The utter lack of honor! Painting, goo, 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 goo. Painting.
I demand to know what's going on in my house.
She demands it. She demands it.
consume us all.
Painting, goo, 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 goo. Painting, goo, 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 goo. dream.
And we dream. Each of us dying slowly. The prison of our minds. We sit in the sun, in haze. We sleep. And we dream. Each of us dying slowly. The prison of our minds.
Shrory but shurry. Indeed, nobody stops the goo from throwing. It is impossible. Ooh. Paintingu, 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 paintingu. Paintingu, goo. Goo, 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 goo. Goo, goo. Goo, goo. Paintingu, goo. Painting goo goo goo. It was okay, not as good as the movie. Wholesome at least. Might check it out. Movie was class though. Lost in Space, good movie, crap TV show. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. That's why I haven't watched it yet.
Book a holiday rental.
I will
Gives
book
the
you,
host benefits
bitch!
and family.
The fuck off my stream. Oh god. Nobody stops the group. No one! Dana, what it be? Which one? The bitch from StreamYard or fucking, How you been, man? It's been years since we talked. By the looks of it, things doing well for yourself. As blood runs black. Who's that? Who's that? Is that one of the boys? Is that one of the lads? As blood runs black, like, it has to be, like... I don't want to say any names, you know, like... in case you don't want to be live on the internet. But yeah, I'm doing great. I am. I'm doing great. I'm broke, you know, but, like, I'm doing good, like... Welcome back, As Blood. Could be anyone. We were all a bit of a metalhead, like, and I don't like As Blood Runs Black. Oh, I can't even remember what album that's from or band, but like I know it's metal, and there's like 4 or 5 people that it could be. 2 that it's probably. I don't know. That's hilarious, though. I think, like, fucking 3 or 4 people have, like, slowly slipped back into my life over the last few years while I've been doing YouTube and fucking Instagram and all that shit. Like, part of me wants to just, like, list off all the people I just used to hang out with. But, like, I don't want to be just, like, saying everybody's name, like, do you know what I mean? I feel like that's, like, a rude thing to do. No way! What's the story? That's gas, man. Of all the people in me head, like that, like, yeah, I swear, I'm not gonna lie. Of all the people in me head, that was not one of them. How the fuck are you, man? How's the fam? How's the brothers? Again, I don't want to, like, unless you start just like dropping a load of names in the chat. How are you? How are you getting on? Are you were? That's hilarious. El Paco. How the bloody hell are you? How's your ma? When's the last time you spoke to your ma? Yeah, like the name of the band fucking just made me instantly think of like like just all the lads I used to hang out with, like. That's hilarious. Oh, I want to stick on a load of metal now. I want to stick on a load of metal that I used to listen to. Some I still listen to. Oh, that's hilarious. Well, welcome to PEINTEINGU, brother Paku. Okay. There's 2 things I didn't expect to happen today. The fucking power to go out before just as I start the stream. And Patrick to show. That's hilarious. I swear to God, all the names that were in my head, yours wasn't one of them, like. Oh, that's hilarious. You've never seen paint dry like this before. You've never heard paint dry like this before. Now, if I'm gonna do the seam, I should probably do it like here, so you can see it. So you can see the seam. And then I'll have to put the claw over it. Part of me doesn't want to do a slitter though, because like sure, it goes with the Guinness, the pint of Guinness, but like, it might just end up looking like a white ball, you know? Because like, all that really distinguishes it is the seam, you know? And the claw might cover it, depending on what angle I do with it. So I think what I should do, probably do is pick a different ball. Could do a skull. Fuck it, let's do a skull. Paintingu. Paintingu. I have no time for your pleasant music. You sick fuck. Okay. The audio is lit today, so much clearer, especially the belches. I'm just happy you can hear everything, like, you know. The gong, me burping, all of it. Paintingu has recently been upgraded. Paint. Okay. Okay. Keep forgetting to put the bucket behind me. See how quickly look at that! Look at that! I turned it from a ball into a fucking skull in a matter of seconds. Pay for Paintingu! Link in description. Before your very eyes, I entertain you. I create beautiful images and awesome dragons and cultural references. If you do not support Paintingu, you have no honor. Excellent. I haven't seen him in years, man. Stephen has 3 kids now. Don't know about John. Is the L one? Don't know how John is. The L one is the same as always. Well, I'm glad to hear. I'm glad to hear your Maz like still going. Interacting with your mother was always a fucking hilarious experience. Hell yeah! like, hi Jenny. Like, how are you, son? Like from across the fucking shop. And then like, Alex. Hi Jenny. I used to love that shit. Like, you know, people looking at you like, what the fuck? The audio is lit today. How's your family and congrats on the engagement? Don't know when it was, but I just seen it there on Facebook. Facebook is telling people that my birthday is today. It's fucking not. It's hilarious. It's so like I had to create another Facebook account and I never changed the birthday on it. So like Facebook is convinced that my birthday is like March the 5th or some shit, which is just fucking brilliant. It's actually hilarious. But yeah, fucking yeah, I'm engaged. Yeah, I got engaged fucking what, last year? Around April. I think it was April last year. Pretty sure it was April last year. I don't know. Fucking female probably killed me like. It's been 2 years! I don't know. I think it's been a year. Belch is so clear you'd think he's speaking Belgian. We didn't announce our wedding on FB. Griff? What are you on about weddings? Didn't you announce your thing a while ago? I don't know. Or do you think as blood runs back is talking to you? I'm not sure. Griff just comes in and is like, I didn't say anything about my wedding. We're not talking about your wedding. We're not even talking about weddings. We're talking about engagements. So it's the same thing. Can hear your slow inhales from your black lungs. Fuck you. Like my raspy inhalations. What, did you get married? Oh, you got married on Saturday? No way. Awesome. That's awesome. Congratulations, man. I got the black lung pop. Shit, did I say something I wasn't supposed to? No, it's not you. It's all good. There's not a lot you could say in chat that, like, you know, I'd be like, shh, don't say that, like, you know. Only a few things. I mean, I've already fucking... How many episodes of Paintingu did I end with? Ladies and gentlemen, niggers, niggerettes, bears, bearettes. Like, I'm astonished I'm still on fucking YouTube. Swear to God. We'll see what happens. Oh yeah. Kool-Aid guy has nothing on me. It was a headache for me. It also says you're 42. Facebook telling everyone I'm 10 years older than I am. Like, that's hilarious. Iron Man Baru, welcome to Paintingu. You're a bit fucking Ratu. Where the fuck have you been? I'm basically finishing up now. It's been 2 hours and you only show up now? How dare you, Iron Man Baru? How dare you? Okie dokie. Right, well, we made some excellent progress today. We've given the dragon a bit more flair and spikiness. And now he has a pint of Guinness and a skull. So, kind of looks like I'm doing a retro, you know, custom tattoo or some shit. But we'll see how this goes. No, like, I recently spoke to A, but I didn't speak to him. He texted me. I haven't spoken to Carney or your brother in like years. And then I think A's the one I've most recently spoke to from like the main group, and he's doing fine. He's plugging away. he was showing me like he has this fucking kick-ass like setup with his PC now, where he's like big into like you know, he has like a driver setup with the fucking steering wheel and the pedals and all. Like, looks class, it does. I don't know if he's still working in Dawn's, but I assume he is. I think Adrian's just gonna work in Dawn's for his whole life. He seems like totally content doing it. Like, but who do you think? Who do you think agreed to it? The same bitch I've been with for like ever. And fuck you. We'll see who agrees to marry your ass. I like, watch, you gotta tell me you've fucking been married with 3 kids for 4 years now or some shit. Like, what are you doing? I wanna know, like, are you working? Indeed, Stabaru reminds everyone gloriously to Raikou and subscribe. It's doing Garlos's job. Come, Garlos, do your job, you pretty kitty. Garlos, the 850-pound former cocaine-ridden tiger, reminds you to Raikou and subscribe, you cunter, or I will unleash him upon you. I will remove his bucket and sunglasses from his visage and fling him upon you. It will be glorious to witness, but it will be extremely traumatizing and painful for you. Griff is done with the Cubby chase. No more lot lizards for Griff. Nobody would marry you, but you've got 2 kids. If you've got 2 kids, somebody will marry your ass. Come on, have a bit of faith. You'll get there, Paco. You'll get there. Right. I'm 3 minutes over. This has been PEINTEINGU. I hope you enjoyed Ingu. I have been Defenderu, former god of PEINTEINGU, now demigod of PEINTEINGU, relegated to this mortal realm to entertain in an attempt to earn my way back into the glorious halls of heaven. Half Japanese, half Irish, former god. You just can't beat that. I bring so much to this stream. You know, artistry, partially divine energy, excellent tunes, and amazing fan skills. So, if you have any honor at all running through your veins, if you contain any integrity whatsoever, you will pay for PEINTEINGU. Link in description. In the meantime, be good, be true, and be beautiful. And I will see you same time, same place, same high-octane painting energy tomorrow. If you're not here, all you will do is bring great shame upon yourself and your family. Your ancestors will curse you. Random bad shit will happen to you. And it's all because you're not paying for painting. Right, God bless, and I'll see you next time. Will do, man. Thanks for showing up. Good to hear from you. I wish you all a good evening, and God bless. PEINTEINGU.